Hi, Eugenia, and thanks for joining me at the Wealth Effect. Today, I just want to spend a couple of minutes talking through the wealth investment effort quadrant. As you can see, I have put it up here on screen, and this is going to show to you a balance that we are trying to achieve between, in building a strong financial future. We need to achieve a balance, find a balance between the capital required and the effort required. Now, as you can see, you want to basically end up on the right-hand side where the returns are highest. So your returns are at the top bar there. So I'm going to look at each of them quadrant by quadrant. So please follow me if you will. I hope you can get some value from this. First quadrant is earning low or decent returns, but with high capital required. So that requires high levels of capital, and it requires identifying safe investments because you don't want to lose your capital. And if you invest into something, you do not have any control over that investment, over the outcome of that. So not having control directly equates to risk. And if you have a high amount of capital invested, of course, then it is confirmed that this is by nature a high risk. So you have to look for low inherent risk, safe investments offering decent yields. Now, in today's day and age, finding decent yields in the traditional market is not very easy. Interest rates have been lowered significantly over the past few years. Not sure when you will be watching this video, but my estimate is that interest rates are not going to be increased soon into the future. Right, so that is the first quadrant. The second quadrant is when you have little capital required and little effort that you put into your investment as well. That's the most general scenario because most of us are sitting in day jobs. Most of us are trying to make ends meet. Most of us are, many people are living and working from paycheck to paycheck, which is really sad. Trying to build up a pension, which again gets diminished because of reduced returns that we now see in the markets and a lot of uncertainties and market crashes, etc. So the most general scenario that most people are unfortunately sitting in is if they have any capital to save, they don't have a lot of it and they don't have a lot of time available as well. So they don't want to input the effort into getting out of that comfort zone perhaps. And that is when we are in that quadrant. So it's little returns, little capital required. Right, so then we are looking at high capital required, high returns. That is typically setting up a traditional business, which will cost you a lot of capital outlay for equipment, for office space, shop space, whatever the case might be, for salaries, for interest, maybe on additional loans that you have to get for stock that you need to buy and carry, etc. So that's setting up a traditional business. It'll require a lot of capital, and it will also require a lot of effort, focus, and stress. And of course, you have active value investing as well, which one can do, which brings about its own stress. And as I've said, I'm a keen investor myself, but I'm the first one to tell you that we do not have any control over what happens in the markets and what happens to our investment. So that means if one wants to be an active investor, you need to have, number one, a lot of capital available, and number two, you need to study and monitor the markets on a regular basis. The fourth quadrant, and this is the key one, this is where we really all want to be, because if you don't have a lot of capital required, but you are willing to get out of your comfort zone, you are willing to put in some effort, now you can look at the opportunity of setting up a business with low entry barriers, with low entry costs, low startup costs, and that is typically where networking businesses, affiliate products, and those kind of businesses come into play. So we all need to consider in which quadrant we want to see ourselves, because my view is when we want to end up on the right-hand side, that one of those two quadrants, and then the green block, to my mind, is really the one with the most appeal. So yeah, I hope this video helped you. I hope it gave you some value. I hope it gave you some food for thought. If you have any comments, please raise them. Please feel free to like the channel, to like the video, and to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you.